Welcome back to our class. Last meeting, in our asynchronous lesson, what we have discussed is all about list. So we have done list and then text and character formatting. How do we change font? And then we also discuss how to place or put break and then horizontal rule. So basically, what you have done in your first activity, you have implemented your first web page resume or curriculum vitae. So to continue with our discussion, which is also related to our activity for today, I'm going to discuss two things, hyperlink and then tables. So we're going to analyze how are we going to utilize hyperlink in our second laboratory activity and how are we going to utilize tables in HTML coding. So first, hyperlink. So this is an example which I have given you last time. So last time I have given you this same lesson. We're just continuing with this lesson or supplemental lesson. So as you can see here, we utilize hyperlink using an anchor tag href. So as you can see here, we try to code ahref https www.cca.edu.ph. So this will be the link. So whenever the user will click kung ano man yung tinype natin, like visit City College of Angeles, like this one on the right side, it should look like this. So kapag kinlik nyo siya, pupunta siya dun sa cca.edu.ph. So let's try to code that in our HTML. So I have here prepared my HTML. Let's try to write first the structure, no? So yan. So meron naman tayong guide if you're using Notepad++ or Sublime. Okay, so magkakaroon ka ng guide and then /html. Okay, so try natin yan. And then next is, di ba, head. Okay, and then we use title. And then the title that I'm going to write probably is anchor tags. Okay, anchor tags. Or probably let's just write hyperlinks. Okay, so hyperlinks na lang. Title. And then /head. Okay, so dapat sanay na kayo dito sa HTML structure. And then we are going to use the body tag. Okay, and then /body. So yan. Yan naman yung pinaka basic na HTML tag. And then let's try to save it first, no? File, save as. And then I'm going to put it in 7-web activities. So dito ko siya isa-save. Okay, and then I'm going to select again hypertext markup language. So lalagay natin is L2 hyperlinks. Okay, so sasave ko siya. So that's just my pattern of naming my file. So depende sa inyo kung ano yung gusto ninyong file name. Okay, so yan. Lagyan natin dyan body hyperlinks. So gagawa tayo ng hyperlink. So let's say gawa tayo ng paragraph, no? Or this is a hyperlink. Okay, and then /p. So gagawa tayo ng ahref. Okay, ahref. And then saan natin siya papapuntahin, no? So www.cca.edu.ph for example. So gawin natin yung nasa lesson. And then, so supposedly dapat pupunta siya dun sa website ng CCA. So we can also place hyperlink within the same page. So this is a hyperlink wherein we're anchoring the tag to another website which is CCA. So ayan. So lagyan natin yung example, go to CCA website. Yan, and then /a, end natin yung anchor tag. Okay, then end the body. So try natin siya. So save natin and then let's try to run it in Let's try to run it in Edge. So, ayan. This is a hyperlink. Go to CCA website. So, pag click natin siya, it should go to www.cca.edu.ph. Okay. So, file not found because we forgot to write HTTP. Okay. So, dapat complete yung URL, yung Uniform Resource Locator. So, we forgot to write the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So, yan. Dapat nakatype siya. So, let's try to run it again. Okay. And then, we run it in Chrome. And then, when we click that, ayun, nag-pop up na. So, we realize that we need to write the complete URL for us to utilize the hyperlink. Okay. So, let's go back. Now, in addition to hyperlink, we have what we call the absolute and relative URLs. Okay, so what's the difference between the absolute and relative URL? As you can observe here, we have the complete path, okay, or the complete URL. So, the HTTPS, www.w3.org. So, kompleto siya, no? So, when we are dealing with absolute URL, we are dealing with the complete uniform resource locator to locate the actual resource. For the relative URL naman, usually, you are locating a resource within the same web server. So, for our own setup, what I'm talking about is we're looking for an HTML page that is within your folder. So, kapag naka-upload na to sa isang website, we are looking for a particular page or a web page that you have developed in a particular web server. Ibig sabihin, magkasama siya. Unlike with the absolute URL, you can grab or link to other websites. So, sa relative URL, hindi mo siya pwedeng gawin. So, pwede mo lang siyang i-link dun sa mga web pages na ginawa mo within your web server. So, in our case, again, that is within the same folder. So, let's try to do that, no? So, let's try to write a code for absolute and relative. Okay? So, lagay natin dito, absolute, okay, URL, then /p. So, lagay lang paragraph para lang may labeling. So, let's try to create an absolute URL. Okay, href equal. So, let's say https or http. Okay, www.cca.edu.ph. Okay. So, absolute URL link. So, this will be your absolute URL link to CCA website. So, yun yung lalagay natin. And then, /a. Yan. So, let's try to test this, no? So, save natin. And then, let's try to, we can check it to our preview. So, click natin. Yan. So, nag-pop up siya. Okay, so gumagana siya in an external website. Now, let's try to, I'm going to copy na lang to para mabilis. And then, relative naman tayo, no? Relative URL. So, sa relative URL, I have, let me check first. I have here my web pages that I have created. So, kunin natin yung LWeb resume. So, we are in L2 hyperlinks. This is the one we are trying to create right now. Ililink natin siya sa L1 web resume. So, lagay natin siya L1 web resume. Okay. L1 web resume.html. So, since it is on the same folder, supposedly, okay, lagay natin siya. Okay, lagay natin is relative URL link to my resume. So, let's try to save it. And then run. Run natin siya sa Edge. Ayan. So, pag-click natin to, Yan. So, nagpa-pop up siya. That is absolute. And then for the relative, yan. So, makikita nyo, nag-pop up siya. And then, makikita nyo rin naman yung URL ko dito. So, kinapture niya lahat. So, hindi natin kailangan isulat yan. Pwede rin naman i-copy natin yung buong yan. Pero you don't need that if you are saving your HTML pages or HTML file within the same folder or within the same server kung naka-upload na siya dun sa server. So, that's how it works with absolute and relative URL. So, move naman tayo dun sa hyperlink target. Okay? So, in hyperlink target, we can change the target to blank so that it will pop up to a separate browser. So, yun naman yung gagawin natin. So, what if we want the hyperlink or the link to pop up? So, meron dadagdag tayo ng attribute like target. Okay. Tapos, lagay natin is underscore blank. So, ibig sabihin, gusto natin makip yung origin kung saan siya galing. Okay. Tapos, magpa-pop up siya sa new tab or a new browser. So, click natin to. So, tanggalin ko lang ito isa. Yan. So, meron tayo dyan. Then, click natin. So, mapapansin natin, nagkaroon siya ng dalawang tab dun sa particular browser natin. So, yun yung purpose nung putting blank. So, try din natin ulit dito sa ating relative URL, target. Okay, underscore. Okay, equal underscore blank. Okay. So, yan. Save natin. And then, try natin ulit. Run. Try natin sa Brave. Ayan. Link to my resume. So, yan. Nagkaroon siya ulit ng separate. So, yun. So, meaning, it works, no? For the new target. Okay? Or a blank target. So, next, let's try to go back to our lesson. Ito naman, this is the process on creating hyperlink, commonly known as thumbnails. So, meaning, pwede tayong gumawa ng picture thumbnail na kapag kinlik natin, makikita natin yung actual file or picture. So, para mangyari yun, dapat naka-upload din sa particular web server natin yung actual picture. Kaya, di ba, nung ginawa nyo yung resume, I have asked you to upload also your picture so that I could check it properly. So, try natin siya. So, let's try to do this. So, for a quick sampling, punta na lang ako sa dati nating ginawa, yung L1 resume ko. So, kakopy ko na lang to, no? Para mabilis. Okay? So, paste natin dito. I'll make a paragraph. P. And then, lagay natin dito is thumbnail. Lagay natin is thumbnail. Okay? /P. So, para magkaroon tayo ng thumbnail. So, di ba meron tayong image source na 20% yung size? So, naglalagay tayo ngayon ng anchor tag, ahref. Okay? So, ahref, saan ba siya pupunta? Okay? So, ang file name natin is nrj.jpg, JPEG. So, lalagay ko siya dito, no? nrj.jpg. Tapos, i-close natin yung anchor tag. Yan, or ending tag. Yan. Save natin, Control S. Then, try natin i-run ulit sa Edge. So, makikita ninyo, close ko lang to. Meron na tayong new link, which is the picture, thumbnail. So, kapag kilik ko to, lalabas na yung aking actual picture. So, yan yung example. Okay? So, kung lalagyan din natin siya ng blank attribute, okay, so lagyan din natin siya ng target equals to underscore blank. So, mangyayari, same siya. So, refresh natin. Okay, yan. So, refresh. And then, pag-click natin, yun, yung isang picture, and then, ito pa rin yung origin. So, this is what we call thumbnail. So, kapag gusto natin gumawa ng thumbnail, so, ganyan lang naman kasimple. on how it works when we're dealing with thumbnails. Okay? So, next, paano naman? Halimbawa, yung ginawa nyo resume, di ba? Wala naman siya mga hyperlinks. Paano kung gusto natin maging clickable yung ating mga email address? Okay? So, the tag for that, so, anchor tag pa rin, href, di ba? So, lalagyan lang natin ng mail to, tapos kung ano yung email address mo. Okay? So, let's try to do it here. So, kakopy ko to, no? So, bibigay ko na lang sa inyo tong example later on. So, send to email, no? Email, lagay natin, email, link. Yan. So, yan. I-email link natin siya. So, ang gawa tayo na anchor tag, ahref, equal, tapos, di ba, mail to. Okay? So, I think, meron ba ditong mail to? Mail to. Tapos, lagay natin is, yung pangalan ko na lang, email address ko, nestlehuco@cca.edu.ph. Yan. So, next, quotation mark, huwag natin kalimutan. Send me an email. Lagay natin. So, ayan yung lalabas doon. And then, /a. Save natin siya, no? So, try natin ulit i-run sa Edge. So, yon, email link. Send me an email. So, pag-click ko, so, magkakaroon tayo. Halimbawa, kung sa Outlook, naka-default siya sa Outlook. So, depende na yon kung saan naka-default yung mail application or email app nung user. So, halimbawa, naka-default siya sa Outlook. So, ito example. Yan, makikita nyo, nag-pop up na siya dito dahil meron naka-set up sa akin. So, yan, mail to. Makikita nyo dito, nestlehuco@cca.edu.ph. Okay? So, automatic, pagka-click mo siya, dapat sa user end, yan yung may experience nila dyan. So, didiretso siya, ipapop up niya yung email application kung ano yung naka-install dun sa user. So, that is another example for hyperlinks and anchor tags. Okay? So, now, I think this would be last few before we proceed to table is the button. So, paano naman tayong gumawa ng button? So, kailangan nyo kasi lahat ng hyperlink lesson na to kasi this will be utilized in your second laboratory activity. Okay? So, this is what we call button links naman. So, makikita nyo dito is on click. So, nakalagay document.location equal. Tapos, kung saan mo siya ililink. Okay? So, lalagyan natin siya ng on click na button. So, magsusulat tayo ng button tag. Okay? So, let's try to write that. Okay? So, lagyan natin paragraph ulit. Button link. Okay, /p. Para lang may labeling tayo. So, gawa tayo ng button. Okay, button tag. Diba? So, if we're going to check again the code. So, nakalagay dyan, button, on-click document.location. Okay. So, meron siyang attribute na on-click. So, gawin muna natin yung button tag. /button. Okay. So, lagay natin dito is on click. Yan, lumabas siya. Equals document dot location. Okay, so saan ba siya pupunta? Doon na lang ulit sa CCA. www.cca.edu.ph. Okay. So, lagyan natin siya ng quotation marks. And then, so lagay natin dito. Go to CCA. Save natin. And then, let's try to run that in Microsoft Edge. So, yun siya. Yun yung button link, go to CCA. And then, pag-click mo siya, punta siya dun sa cca.edu.ph. So, nagkaroon tayo ng parang button. So, yun yung button niya. Okay? So, that is button link. And then, lastly, would be the title link. So, now for the title. So, let's try to create naman how title works, no? So, usually, we just add another attribute to the anchor tag, title. So, ang mangyayari dito is when you hover the link, it will pop up a description. So, katulad dito example. So, let's try to do that. Let's just try to add here in cca.edu, yung first absolute URL natin. Lagay tayo another attribute title equal. Tapos, lagyan natin siya go to CCA website. Yan. So, save ko siya. And then, let's try to run in Microsoft Edge. So, if I'm going to hover this, ayun. Makikita ninyo, kapag hinover ko, may magpa-pop up go to CCA website. Pag hinover ko tong isa, walang nagpa-pop up. So, pag hinover ko rin tong send an email, walang nagpa-pop up. So, yun yung pinaka-purpose ng title. Para magkaroon siya ng additional description to the particular link that you have created. Okay? So, that's all for the link. What we have discussed, okay, are the following. We have discussed how to create hyperlinks using anchor tags, absolute and relative URL, how to create thumbnail, and then how to create an email link, button link, and title as another attribute for anchor tags. So, if we're going to check this again, okay. So, ito yung mga diniscuss natin for today. I'm going to share this later on and upload this to your file for your reference. Okay, so that's it for hyperlinks.